Hi, welcome to my channel. Recently, some things happened in my life that affected me really deeply. I won't go into details. You don't know who I am and I don't know who you are, but maybe that's not necessary. Maybe it's enough if you understand me. If you can feel what I'm talking about. Maybe you've had something like this happen to you or to someone close to you. Do we really need to know a person to feel them, to feel their pain? This didn't happen because I was rejected or pushed away or lied to. Anything like this. It's more that I hadn't been in a relationship for a long time. And when that goes on for a while, you start to think that maybe you're just not someone who can be loved. And you kind of learn to live with that thought. You accept it. So it doesn't hurt as much anymore. Or at least not the way it used to. And then someone appears, and even if you're not completely sure, somewhere deep inside, you start to allow this idea that maybe you are worthy of being loved. That you are capable of love, of a relationship. I wanted to be as open as possible with this person. From the very beginning, I didn't want to hide anything. I wanted to be honest so they could decide for themselves whether we're right for each other. And I expected the same honesty in return. At least about whether in their view there could be any continuation or not. I made it very clear that I would accept rejection, that I would understand if something I shared felt utterly foreign, unsuitable, incomprehensible, or just not right for them. But as it always is with people, everything is complicated. There is no black and white. Everything lives somewhere in the shades of gray. And in the end, this person used my vulnerability, that very personal truth, and turned it against me, like it was something to use to hurt me directly. I keep asking myself if I would do anything differently, if I would be just as open, if I had that conversation again. And every time the answer is yes. Because it was my conscious choice. I didn't want to lie or pretend to be somewhere I'm not. What's the point of all of this if you're not accepted as you are? In my opinion, without that openness, without that honesty, there can't really be any long-term relationship, no deep emotional connection. Because if a person doesn't really know you, how can they love you? And the same goes the other way. Relationships are so complicated that a person can hide their true intentions And sometimes they don't even fully understand them themselves. It feels like standing on something unstable, something that keeps shifting from side to side. You're constantly balancing between wanting to be liked and trying to understand if you like them. So, of course, there's no guarantee about how someone will treat what you share with them. Whether they will value it, treat it carefully, or use it in a way that hurts you. And when something like this happens, you start questioning your own intentions about opening up to people. This fear appears that the things you share can be used against you. Of course, there is no way to know for sure how a person will treat that information that you give them. Whether they'll respond with care, with understanding, whether they will value your openness. Because relationships by nature are about opening yourself to another person. Without that, there can be a deep emotional connection. I understand that the worst thing you can do after something like this is to close yourself off from the whole world and stop trusting people. And logically, I understand that it's unfair to other people, the ones who would want honesty and would actually value it. But it takes a lot of strength to keep believing that you can trust someone again, that you can open up and it won't be used against you. Looking back at this situation, I can see that there was some manipulative behavior, and of course, it could have ended much worse. It could have lasted longer and probably hurt me even more. It's like you saved yourself from a broken heart, or from a broken heart with a specific person. Or in my case, maybe something slightly different happened, because what I ended up with feels like a confirmation that maybe relationships aren't for me. Some people just meet each other. They don't have to do anything special to be seen, to be noticed, to be loved. They just meet, and it works for them, like a perfect match. And the longer you don't have that, the longer you're searching for that kind of connection, the more it starts to feel like maybe you're just not the kind of person that this happens to. Like it's just not your path. At the stage of dating and meeting people, there's so much pretending and performance. Even if it's not fully conscious, there's this pressure of so many decisions. Do you like them? Do they like you back? Will you understand each other? Will this person meet your expectations? We're all raised differently, in different places, by different people, in different cultures. And yet you see that it is possible. In such a huge world, people somehow find each other so easily. There is so much love in this world. But somehow it feels unavailable to you. Even if you're ready to work on a relationship, Even if you're ready to be open, to communicate, to put in the effort, you carry all this love inside you that you want to give to someone, to direct it toward one person. And still, life is so strange and unpredictable that it's possible that there simply won't be that person for you. Someone who would truly value it, who would give the same in return. And I don't think this depends on you. I don't even think it depends on how many dates you go on. Some people never go on a single date and meet someone they spent their whole life with. And someone else can go on thousands of dates and never meet a person who truly wants to know them. Here I keep asking myself, where is that line? How much can you share to build a real connection, but not so much that it can be used to hurt you? And it feels like that line is either very blurred, or maybe it doesn't exist at all. You're the one to decide where it is. So maybe it comes down to a choice. Your choice. Are you ready to open up? Are you ready to share? Are you ready for the possibility that it might hurt you? And even if you think you are, even if you believe you're ready to be hurt, you're not. Some people grieve relationships that ended, or relationships that never really started. I didn't know this person well enough to fall in love. And yet I still feel like I ended up with a broken heart. Because I'm grieving something else, like my trust in people and my belief that I can be loved. My belief that I can find someone who gives the same amount of honesty, care, attention, and sincerity. And even if someone promises to be honest with you, remember that a person can be dishonest even with themselves, without realizing it, without intending it. People are very complex, and almost always a person doesn't fully understand themselves or the reasons behind their actions. I thought I protected myself by setting clear boundaries, by saying everything should be discussed openly, without guessing, without overthinking. But it's always a shared effort. One person can do everything. No matter how honest you are, the other person is not your mirror. And your openness doesn't guarantee anything in return. And I'm grateful, first of all, to myself that this ended when it did, before something worse could happen. Before I could be manipulated or used in a more serious way. I probably should feel kind of relieved, but honestly doesn't comfort me so much. There were a lot of tears, and I understand that in some way I'm grieving my hope for love, along with the part of myself that was ready to open up to people. I don't really believe that this will happen in my life, but maybe in your path there will be a person who truly wants you to open up and who will actually value it. Don't let this world or the wrong people take that away from you. or from your future love, from your future partner. If your heart has been broken or something painful happened, please don't pretend that nothing happened. That's probably the worst thing you can do for yourself. Cry, be angry, let it out, but don't hide it somewhere deep inside. Because tears can't hurt you as much as feelings that are buried and left there. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you've given up. It doesn't mean you crossed out your life, your hopes, your dreams. It just means you were hurt, and that pain needs somewhere to go. Even if everyone around you acts like nothing happened, that's the worst. Please don't lock it inside. Let it come out. Even if you're completely alone, be with yourself in that moment. Grieve your losses, your disappointments. Take as much time as you need. None of us are protected from pain or disappointment in this world. But no matter what happens, you still have yourself. And you are a kind of strength that can hold you above that edge of pain and disappointment. I know it would be easier if there was someone next to you, someone who could hold you, calm you down, give you that feeling that everything will be okay. But even if that person isn't there, you still have yourself. All your good days, all your memories, all the kind words that were ever said to you, all the people who loved you, who chose you, your parents who taught you things, who were there with you in the beginning, a teacher who once believed in you, supported you, encouraged you, all the friends you've ever had, the ones who chose you out of everyone else, not someone else, you. All the places you've been where you felt like you were part of something bigger, like the world was full of love and beauty, and all you had to do was step into it. I know that when something bad happens, your mind gets straight to everything that's bad. And even if there was more bad than good in your life, there is no person who had nothing good at all. There is always something to hold on to, something that can support you, even a little, in moments like this. As for me, I don't think this will make me stronger. And that I woke up and I won't wake up one day and say, this didn't change me. Because that wouldn't be true. It did change me. Maybe one day when I find the strength, I will try to not close myself off. To still give people a chance to know me. To not let this situation or this person affect the way I communicate with others, the way I see the world, the way I see relationships, not only romantic ones, but friendships, family, any kind of deep emotional connection. Because of how I was raised and the values I built for myself step by step, brick by brick, I didn't allow myself to be used. And I didn't allow myself to be pulled into something, manipulative or unhealthy. I didn't let my life get to a place where you feel completely lost, like There's no way out. And I know I should be grateful for that. I know I should feel proud of that. Because I stood my ground and I protected my values. But it doesn't change the fact that I was hurt. And I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't. I honestly don't know how this will affect me. And I don't know how it will change me. And I don't know how long it will last. I don't know how much time I'll need to feel calm again, to find that strength again inside of me. And I don't think I'll become stronger because of this. I definitely don't know how long it will take for me to believe again that something good is possible. Maybe there's really is such a thing as fate. And maybe no matter how much effort you put into something, including relationships, if it's not meant for you, then it just won't happen. And maybe then the only thing you can do is let it go. But even if you try to convince yourself that you're okay with being alone for the rest of your life, you're not. If your heart wants love, if the desire exists in you, it doesn't just disappear. And it will still hurt to see people around you who have it, people who are happy together, who trust each other, who hold hands, who kiss, who feel safe with each other. I'm still thinking about what conclusions I can take from all of this. But maybe the most important one is this. No matter what happens to you, and no matter how badly people treat you, closing yourself off from everyone is not the answer. Do I regret agreeing to this? No, absolutely not. Because I know for sure I would regret it if I didn't. So I made that choice, and I got what came with it. Which means things happened the way they were supposed to. Even if you think you can't be hurt, that you understand yourself perfectly, there's always a chance that someone will appear and hurt you, or use something against you. No one is protected from that. It's like a vicious circle. Without sharing the vulnerable parts of yourself, there can be a deep emotional connection. But once that connection exists, it becomes very easy to hurt you. If you don't let someone truly know you, it also means not letting someone truly love you. It takes a lot of strength to keep going, to keep trying. There is a point where it becomes hard just to be alone with yourself. When your mind won't stop, when your thoughts just keep spinning in circles. And there's no one there to pull you out of it. That morning I made a decision that I would probably always be single and that I needed to accept it because these hopes and dreams only bring pain. And that same morning, that belief broke. And I allowed myself to think that maybe it could be different. That maybe loneliness is not my destiny. If people don't appear in our lives for no reason, then what am I supposed to take from this? Was this meant to show me that I'm not someone who can be loved? I have a very clear system of values and boundaries that I won't cross, especially not under manipulation. I think this person felt that. Maybe it didn't accept it, maybe it hurt their ego. And then this person chose to hurt me back, which wasn't necessary at all. And then they disappeared, like nothing ever happened. But I'm really grateful to myself because by staying honest, by staying true to who I am, I was able to see their real nature. And that doesn't always happen quickly. Like sometimes it only shows up much later when conflicts appear. I won't come out of this stronger now. But I will come out of this knowing that I chose myself. Even with how much I want love, how ready I am to work for it, I still chose myself. And I'll come out of this more aware. Because experience is just experience, it's neutral. Now at least I know what it looks like when someone doesn't truly care about you. The small signs, the things to notice. I didn't give up my values for someone who expected more from me than they were willing to give in return. Someone who could erase me from their life so easily. Someone who wasn't even willing to truly hear me. Now I feel ready to talk about it. Maybe I just need to say it out loud to understand it myself. And if you ever ask yourself, is something off? It probably is. Your mind and your body are trying to tell you something. But at the same time, even if you don't question it, even if you feel like 100% sure, that still doesn't guarantee anything. I keep thinking, if I hadn't said what I said, maybe things would have turned out differently. And I wouldn't have known who this person really is until it was too late. Maybe they don't even think they did anything wrong. Maybe for them, there is no right or wrong. But that doesn't take away the fact that they hurt me. The problem isn't just that someone might not care. The problem is you want to be cared for. Not by them specifically, just by someone. This probably came out messy and unstructured. I don't know. But I'll just leave it here. Maybe for someone it will feel familiar or even necessary to hear. It ended quietly, almost like nothing ever happened. No messages, no further conversations, no meetings. But the damage is done. And now you are responsible for your own healing. You always were. Oh great, now it's raining. You're ready to listen, but there's always a chance you won't be heard. This feels like my own personal therapy session. I pray for everyone who's going through something like this. And I'm trying to find the strength in myself to believe again in people. To believe that I'm still capable of love and that I'm still worthy of it. I pray for us. Until next time.